Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we're breaking out the vodka. Okay, for those of you that don't drink or don't have alcohol in your house, this might be a recipe for you to just pick some up. This gift idea will be one of those things that you will end up making every year for your family because they're going to request it, because it is the best vanilla extract you will ever taste. But if you're seeing this way closer to Christmas, which I mean, it's possible, I have another option for you that won't take 6 months. This week, while I was down with the bug, which that's why I'm a little froggy, so I'm sorry about that, but I had to do this because time is ticking. We only have 6 months to Christmas, which, oh my word, 6 months to Christmas, that's incredible. I can't believe that. Anyway, so I knew that I needed to do this soon, but I was doing some research like, can you speed up this process? Because it does take 3 to 6 months to get good vanilla extract. They say you can use it after 3, but really 6 months is your ideal time frame. But I saw on the internet this week someone do this in a pressure cooker. So we have to try it out because I have to see if it's just as good as the long extracted stuff like normal people do. I'm normal, I want to do the normal stuff, but I also want to see if this hack works because I'm all about time saving. In fact, I seldom plan ahead 6 months before Christmas. Usually I'm the couple weeks before Christmas and I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot to get my sister-in-law her gift. Well, this may solve that. I don't know that it's gonna be the best, but maybe I really don't know. So are you ready for this adventure? I know I am. I am super excited about these results because I literally have no idea how this is gonna turn out. I mean, I know the 6 month one, but anyway, let's get started. All right, you guys, this recipe is super easy. All you're gonna need is some 80 proof vodka, some Madagascaran, some Madagascar vanilla beans, which I purchased on Amazon for probably like $20 for 10 beans. So making your own extract is a little pricey, but not for how much that you actually make. So I have a bottle of it right here that's already ready to go. All the beans have been discarded, and this is the one that we use all of the time. So I'm gonna go through the whole process and I'm gonna show you just how easy it is to make your own. So what we're going to do, and make sure your bottles have been cleaned and sanitized because you definitely don't wanna introduce any bacteria into your beans at all. I mean, this is expensive stuff. I mean, I don't know how much the vodka costs because my husband went and bought it for me, but just saying, it's expensive. So here we have our beautiful vanilla beans, and we are going to want to trim them. So if you look at this, this is the 2 cup line. We want to trim them so that they are all going to be under the water. So if there are any that are sticking up out of the water, it's not water, the vodka. If there are any that look like they're going to stick up out of the vodka, you definitely need to put those underneath because anything above in the air, it could spoil, and you definitely don't want your vanilla to spoil. So just for safety reasons, we're gonna go ahead and trim these at about half. But before I trim them, we're gonna split each bean in half. So I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna start at the top, and I'm just going to run right down, and then I'm gonna chop it right in half, and we're gonna get it right into the bottle. And I'm gonna do that to all of these. And then we're gonna get our vodka into the bottle. And we're gonna pour the whole 2 cups in. There we go. Now you're gonna wanna seal it very well with an airtight topper. It is very important that it's airtight because any air in our bottle will cause spoilage if that vanilla ever comes to the top. But it's not going to because, as you can see, it is all well underneath. I probably didn't need to trim them, but I just didn't want to be, you know, if they float or anything, like there's a ton of reasons that I just wanted to trim them. So then we're gonna go ahead and give this a good shake, and that's it. So in 3 months, this will be ready for use. However, I will tell you that if you can wait 6 months, you will have a better flavored extract. So what you're gonna wanna do is open up your calendar, set a reminder for once a week, maybe, to give this bottle a good shake. Now, the brilliant thing about this is that these 10 beans will actually make 4 cups of extract. How's that possible? Well, in 6 months, when this is done, I will go ahead and I will get a new bottle. I will put my funnel in with a strainer over it, and I will strain out all of the beans, and then I will put the beans back in the bottle, add 2 more cups, and in 6 more months, I will have another 2 cups of vanilla extract. Now, after said time, don't use it again. Only twice is probably good enough. Now we're gonna go off the rails, and we're gonna make vanilla extract in under an hour. I don't believe it either, but apparently it works. So we're gonna have the same setup, but this time we're gonna use half as many beans, because all of those beans are gonna see their whole life in this 1 hour, and then they're gonna go by. So we're only gonna use 5 beans for 2 cups of liquid, and we're gonna see how this works. So are you ready for this? Let me just switch things around. Okay, so here I have my pressure cooker, and I have the rack that came inside right in the bottom, and I'm gonna put in some water. And the water just needs to be in there so that it can actually come to pressure. So we don't want the jar to be underwater at all. Just make sure it's underneath the rack. Next, we are gonna have a pressure safe vessel. So canning jars are a great option for this. You would not want to put something like this, even if it did fit into your pressure cooker, you wouldn't want to put something like this into your pressure cooker, because the chances are, it was probably not tempered right, and the top, it would boil over, and you just don't want to do that. This will be for storing later. So what we're going to do is the same thing that we did just a moment ago. We're going to split all of these in half, and then we're going to get them into our jar. Okay, I have 2.5 beans per cup of liquid. I'm going to use 2 cups again. We are going to seal our lid onto as tightly as possible, but not like ultra tight, because it's going to tighten in there anyway. We're going to get it into the pressure cooker, set it for 35 minutes. So at the end of the 35 minutes, the pot is going to beep, and you actually want to turn off the keep warm setting, because once it is totally done with its 35 minutes, you want this pot to come completely down out of pressure. Then we're going to take it out and let it cool completely to room temperature before we even attempt to open that jar. But at the end of that time, I will be back to open it up and show you the results. I'm just curious as to how it's gonna turn out, and I'm really excited because if this works, dare I say, my procrastination level is gonna go during Christmas, because then I don't have to remember and set myself a reminder for June to make vanilla. So I don't know, I'm hoping this works, but I have my doubts. So I'll see you back here in a couple hours to show you the results of this fascinating experiment, really. So, all right, we'll be back. Okay, the time is up. It is completely cool to the touch. The liquid inside is cool, and it's now time to see what we got. All right, upon initial glance, it looks pretty good. I am optimistically, cautiously happy. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna pop off this lid, and we're gonna go ahead and get this into the bottle so we can really take a look and see what's going on. Well, I like what I see so far. I am a little bit amazed that I think that this has worked. Oh my. Now, would you look at how beautiful that liquid looks? Now I want to show you the difference. I don't know if you can see, but there is a real difference between these two liquids. Let me show the close camera over here. Check out, this is the one that I had before, and this is the one we just made. Now, some people would be like, oh, well, Heather, this one is not very good because it's so light, whereas this one must be darker and more beautiful. Actually, the difference is quite funny. This one is made of bourbon, and this one is made of vodka. Vodka is a clear liquid. Bourbon is not. This one is much more deeper and bolder, whereas this one is a vanilla that is pure and kind of unadulterated. This one has a little bit of an oaky flavor, whereas this one is just like a pure vanilla. So don't be fooled by the appearances. In fact, these ones will be this color in just a few months. Well, 6 months. This is what this one will be. It will never be this color. So, looks wise, I am impressed. Okay, so bourbon vanilla, vodka vanilla. That's the difference. All right, so let's see what's going on with these beans, because what I read was that they are a little squishy, and actually they're not bad. I would almost wonder if you could still use these for one more go of vanilla, or dare I say, like, store it in there to get even a richer vanilla. I don't know. I don't want to mess this up, because I want to compare in 6 months. I want to compare this one to these ones. So that video will come around Christmas time. But maybe what I will do, hold on, might as well, I still have a humongous bottle of vodka here. Maybe I will fill up to the 2-cup mark. I'll fill it up to the 1.5-cup mark, because there was only 6 beans in there, not 10. And we'll call this, in this jar, the tester. So we'll just seal that up. We'll see if that turns into vanilla, because what I read said those beans from there can't be used again because they're soft and smushy, but they really weren't. So I don't know, like, maybe I just wasted 1.5 cups of vodka, but we'll see. I mean, it's worth a shot. Now, what I want to do now, though, is I want to taste our vanilla and make sure that it is fantastic, just like I know it to be. So I'm gonna make some edible cookie dough. I know, all cookie dough is edible, right? Actually, the FDA recommends that you don't eat cookie dough, and not even because of the eggs. They actually don't recommend you eat raw flour. So if you pop your flour into the oven at 350 for about 7 minutes until it reaches about 160-ish, you have now baked off any possible salmonella or bacteria that might be in that flour, and that makes your cookie dough edible. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna throw together an edible cookie dough, use our vanilla, and then we're gonna test it out. So I have 1 stick of softened butter, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of white sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we are gonna use our hand mixer and cream that all together in a nice goo. Next, we are gonna add our 1 cup of flour. Now, as we're mixing it in, we're actually going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of milk. Okay, and now we're gonna add our vanilla. We need about 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, I am just going to use the pressure cooked one because I know how this one tastes. I just made cookies recently. So we're just gonna go for the straight taste of, actually I need 1/2 teaspoon, not 1/4 teaspoon. Now we're gonna mix it all together. All right, let's check the consistency here of this cookie dough. Oh yeah, that looks fantastic. As long as it presses together in cookie dough form, you know that it's all ready to go. Now we're gonna mix in our chips. And what we get is this beautiful cookie dough that, unless you knew that I did not use egg, you wouldn't know. I mean, unless you saw me make it with no egg, you would not know that it is no egg and it is cooked. So this is an amazing cookie dough. Definitely a cool recipe. I will leave it in the comments, and then we're just gonna try it and see what we think about this vanilla. Okay. Well, okay. Wow. Okay, those of you that have made vanilla in the past, I challenge you to make it in your pressure cooker and tell me if that is not the same vanilla that you get in 6 months. My mind is blown that this pressure cooker gave me back 6 months of waiting time. Like, I'm flabbergasted. I am just, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, you guys. Well, if you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure. And I love to share adventures with you. So if you have an idea for me and you want to see me adventure in some way and be flabbergasted all over again, leave me a comment. I do read all the comments, and I do take all your ideas into consideration. And I don't know, maybe your idea will be my next adventure. Christmas is coming, 6 months. Gotta love it. All right, you guys. Well, we will see you on the next adventure. Bye.